Hi there and welcome to July's solar panel update. So what's been happening this month? Well, it's my first full month with the GivEnergy 8 kilowatt battery that was installed in the second week of June. So hopefully this month we're going to see some better stats and less use from the grid. So before we start, let's just have a look at my system again. So 14 Jinko 390 watt panels, totaling 5.4 kilowatts, 10 on the south and 4 on the east, and a SolarEdge 4 kilowatt inverter. So that's the solar side. On the battery side, we've got the 3 kilowatt AC inverter and the 8 kilowatt Gen 1 GivEnergy battery. And then of course I've got a few extra bits and bobs, such as the MyEnergy Eddi heating the hot water, the Harvey and the hub, and the Hypervolt EV charger. So July has produced 785 kilowatts. As you can see here, through the month of July with its 31 days, it's been a little bit of a mixture, up and down, sort of going over the kind of 35 kilowatt per day once, but mostly kind of, it's a real mixture, a real mixed bag, isn't it? The last couple of days of July weren't kind of great, they were a lot lower. And a couple of days kind of around the 21st weren't great either. But if I take 785 and divide it by 31, we're looking at 25 kilowatts per day on average. That's kind of my average day. So all in all, not too bad. But how does that compare to kind of last month? Well, in June we had 783, so very, very similar, only actually 2 kilowatts different between the 2 months. And all in all, not that much different really from kind of April and May. By the way, if you want to have a look at last month's video for June, take a look at the video that should be popping out now above, or if you're watching on a TV and you can't see it, I've put it in the description below. So that was the solar power generation. Now let's see what we consumed. So first off, we've got the Eddi for the hot water. The Eddi consumed 83 kilowatts. And as you can probably see, there's a big gap there in the middle. When we went away for a week or so, I turned off the hot water. Really easy to do. Just go into the MyEnergy app, touch on the Eddi icon, and then you see that big start stop button. You just need to touch that and it will start or stop remotely, as long as you've got a data connection. So what I did was I basically stopped it when we went away, so we had no hot water because we didn't need it. And then a day or so before I came back, or on the day actually we came back, I turned it on again, but it was a cloudy day that day, which is a bit of a shame. So what I should have done in hindsight, really, I think what I will do in the future is actually turn it on 2 days before we come back, just so that the hot water gets heated up and the battery gets to kind of completely fill as well. You can also schedule the Eddi as well if you go into the scheduling area. So that's obviously brilliant if you want to heat it on cheap electricity through the night, or if you just want to schedule it during the day. So in July for the Hypervolt, for the EV charger, we used 25 kilowatts. That would have been completely from solar, so probably would have been at the weekend when the kind of car was here. And now if we actually have a look at the export from Octopus Energy, this is what the month looked like. Obviously we exported a little bit more mid-week, or should I say mid-month, because we weren't here. So normally we would not be, as you can see there, exporting kind of well over 20-25 kind of kilowatts per day, because we weren't heating the water as well. So I turned that off, as I said, and then when we came back and we started to use the electric, as you can see, it kind of flatlined then, and we weren't exporting much at all. I think the weather got worse as well towards the last week of July, is another reason why we weren't exporting so much. So in total for the month of July, we exported 288 kilowatts. Now if we just compare that with June, 287 in June. So very, very similar, even though July had one extra day, and we weren't here for a lot of it. So I believe if we were here, and there were the same number of days, then that export would have been a lot less. Obviously, don't forget we had a full month of the battery as well, so some of that export was going into the battery now in July, whereas in June, for the beginning of June, it would have just been exported and not used had we not used it. So coming on to consumption, basically what we've got here are the months. So in April we used 166. This is when we had solar panels only. And then in May we used 173. Again, that was power we were using when the sun had gone down. And then partway through June we were using 74. That was obviously when the battery was here for most of the month, but not all of it. But then in July, with the battery here, we only used 11 kilowatts. So as you can see there on the graph, a lot less energy was used in July compared to May, when we actually had only solar panels. Right, so let's have a look at some numbers. This is July 2022, as billed by Octopus Energy. Grid import, as I said, was 11 kilowatts. That was at 29 pence on the price cap at the time, £3.19 in total. We exported 288 kilowatts. We were on Octopus outgoing at 7.5 pence per kilowatt. That equaled £21.60. So the electric spend of £3.19 minus £21.60 gave us a profit. Yes, a profit of £18.41. But obviously that doesn't include the standing charge for the gas and the electric. But not bad all in all, since we heated the water from solar. We haven't had any gas running, and we ran the house and we charged the car a little bit as well. But if you want to take standing charges into the equation, the gas standing charge was 27.22 pence a day times 31, which gives us £8.44 a month. And the electric is 37.65 pence a day times 31 days gives us 11.67. So in total, £20 and 11 pence in standing charges. So that eats away at our £18.41 profit. But I don't know if you've seen it or not, but on the Octopus bill, I noticed this, Loyal Octopus. Now, I believe Octopus provided this to people on the price cap because they wanted to be £50 a year cheaper than all of their competitors for the price cap. So this is how they did it. They basically gave you back 13.15 pence a day off of your bill. Now on here we're showing 10 days just because of the way the bill was constructed. But you would get this amount off of your bill if you were on one of their fixed price cap tariffs. So that's an extra little discount I kind of had forgotten about. So if we then include that in our sums, our loyal discount of 13.15 pence times 31 days is £4.08. So if we then take that into consideration, we actually made a profit of £2.38 if you want to include the standing charges. So that's a profit of £2.38 with all the standing charges paid and everything catered for, the house run, everything like that. So a tiny little profit, but in my mind that means we're kind of off grid, even though we did import some. But in my mind it means that we were kind of not paying for anything. Just to say, the big thing is this month or next month is that I've moved to Octopus Go from about the 1st of August. So I'll be looking at that next month as well. And I'm also going to be doing a video on why I moved to Octopus Go and the process that I went through. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.